Hi, Chef Chris Olin with Chef Out of Water. On this episode of Cooking at Home during a global pandemic, we're going to dive a little deep into steelhead. If you want to learn how to cook steelhead at home or salmon, which pretty much cooks the same, I'm going to teach you a few simple things that you can do. You want to learn a little bit about steelhead? Follow along. Let's get into steelhead a little bit. Did you know that the rainbow trout and the steelhead trout are genetically the same species? Now, as a rainbow trout lives its entire life in fresh water, a steelhead is considered anadromous, which means it will migrate to the ocean, very much like a salmon. Many people call steelhead a fish of 1,000 casts, which means basically they're really hard to catch. Now, if I left you wondering why a rainbow trout and a steelhead trout have different flesh colors, it's because when a steelhead migrates out to the ocean, exactly like a salmon, their diet consists of a heavy amount of krill. It's a small pink crustacean. So now that you know about rainbow trout and steelhead, let's talk about steelhead and salmon. Steelhead and salmon have a very similar nutritional value. Both steelhead and salmon are very high in omega-3 fatty acids. So let's compare the two. Based on a 100-gram portion, or about 3.5 ounces, a steelhead has 2 grams of saturated fat, 20 grams of protein, and 120 calories, while a salmon has 3 grams of saturated fat, 22 grams of protein, and about 150 calories. All in all, they're very similar. They are both very good for you. The omega-3 fatty acids can help reduce bad cholesterol and fight chronic inflammation. For this episode, I reached out to my friend Dennis Williams of Pacific Seafood Company and said, what do you got? What do you want to promote, and what should people be eating at home during a global pandemic? So he delivered to me this beautiful, fresh steelhead. This particular fish is available at Fred Meyer and QFC, but Pacific Seafood, in an effort to think outside the box during our new normal, is offering fish packs, a variety of fish packs available on their website. You can visit pacificseafood.com. They're now offering these fish packs that can be ordered online and delivered right to your home. This still supports our local fishermen and the family-owned company of Pacific Seafood and its employees. We had a number of requests for cooking salmon at home. And since I have steelhead cooks very much like salmon. I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can cook this. From there, you can make it your own. We're going to have a center of the plate situation. You can accompany it with anything that you like. This episode is brought to you by Pacific Seafood and, of course, ChefDaddyBrands.com, enhancing life's flavor. Hi, I'm Chris Olin, founder of Chef Daddy Brand Seasoning Salts. Our research proves that Chef Daddy will improve your quality of life. It'll make your dinner taste like it was cooked by James Beard himself. Chef Daddy will bring romance back to the kitchen. It'll make you a better juggler. Cooking with Chef Daddy will make you a better homeschool teacher. Chef Daddy could make you an Iron Chef winner. You can use it to play cornhole. Chef Daddy's like a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Chef Daddy, enhancing life's flavor. I'm going to take this filet and we're going to cut it in 3 different pieces. All right. I went ahead and left the skin on, and you'll see why here in just a couple of minutes. All right. So here we go. We got 3 different portions, and I got a little tail piece. I'll do something with that in a minute. So first of all, you can grill it. So when you're grilling your fish, whether you're using the outside grill, or not too many of you likely have one of these in your kitchen, but it is barbecue season coming on. So here's what you want to do. Just put a little bit of oil on the fish, all right? Season it a little bit. The key thing here, you need to make sure that your grill is clean and hot, all right? Okay, so we season it up with a little bit of oil on it. It's going to go right on the grill. Flesh side down. Now, in the restaurant business, we call that the money side, or the presentation side. So we're going to start with the flesh side down. Note, I left the skin on, and I'll show you what happens when we flip it over. Okay, you're not going to flip it over right away. What you want to look for is, does the fish freely release from the grill? okay? Assuming your grill was hot and clean, all right? Then you're gonna turn it, when it freely releases from the grill, you're gonna turn it 90 degrees and just put it right back down. It's really hard to say how long it's gonna take to cook steelhead or salmon. It really depends on how thick it is, all right? So, now this isn't a particularly thick piece of fish, so we've seared it, we've turned it 90 degrees, and now we're going to flip it over and put the skin side down. All right, it's just been about 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take the skin off. Now, because of the flame on there, if you don't want the skin on there, you can simply flip it over, pull off the skin, and we have our finished piece of grilled steelhead. You could pan sear it. We're going to make a crispy skin steelhead. We got our pan back there getting hot. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Okay, a little bit, not too much, but you need to create a layer of olive oil between the skin and the pan. Otherwise it'll stick, right? We're going to season the fish. I think I'll use Chef Daddy. We're going to turn the pan on about a medium-high. Okay, I seasoned the fish. Okay, the pan's hot. We're going to go in skin side down. You're going to shake it a little bit. Okay, you want to make sure there's that layer of oil in between the fish and the pan. All right. I have my oven turned on below here at 350 degrees. We're going to sear this lightly. Make sure there's a layer in between, and then it's going to go down in the oven. Okay, our crispy skin salmon is just about finished, all right? So here's where we're at. It's coming out of the oven. It looks really delicious, kind of oily, all right? We're gonna go back onto the burner. We're gonna flip it over. Sear the other side. To help finish off the crispiness of the fish, you're gonna just spoon some of your oil over the skin as it's searing the flesh side. Okay, there's that. And the third way that we could do it today is real simple. We're going to just bake it, all right? I'm going to put it on a parchment-lined sheet pan, sprinkle a little Chef Daddy on top, just lightly. Okay, we're going to put it in our preheated oven. The oven is set at 350 degrees, and we're going to simply bake it, or if you prefer, oven roasted. Okay, the oven baked or oven roasted fish is coming out. All right, what you're looking for doneness is it firm to the touch? And can you start to see the white milky proteins coagulating? You start to see them coming out of the top of the fish, all right? It's that simple. Now, the cool thing about this, unlike our crispy skin steelhead, this one we want to take the skin off. So since we use parchment paper, very cool, you slide your spatula in between the skin and the fish and simply lift it off. What's remaining? The skin is stuck to the paper. There we have it. 3 different ways to cook fish. Now, for proper presentation, I feel like I need to come up with a couple of things served with this. Now, it is a steelhead or salmon cooking class here, so I'm not going to get into how I prepared everything else, but I want to make sure it looks good. So let's put some other stuff together. It'll be a snap. Haha, there we go. That was real quick and easy. All right, so whether you're cooking with steelhead or you're cooking with salmon, it cooks pretty much the same way. Play around with it, come up with some of your own ideas. Whatever you do, as always, make this your own.